apart after that timeout that lasted maybe a minute and a half, and then obviously going into overtime?
Well, it was really my timeout, up 4, and we come out of timeout and we throw the ball away. And that's kind of what triggered it, I thought. It gave them hope again, you know, I mean, if we come out of that possession, at least shooting 2 free throws, or at least attempted a shot, it eats into the clock. I mean, we didn't even eat into the clock. We threw it away trying to feed it inside, and then they came down and we fouled. And then the last possession before it went into overtime, I mean, I thought we, with 15 on the clock, we played as well as we could play it, and then, you know, we lost our man, you know, at Liddell at the rim, man, and he was able to dunk it and send it to overtime, and that's probably the biggest possession of the game.
To specifically talk about the last two offensive possessions for you guys. You decided not to call a timeout on either one of those, but what did you kind of want to see there? Did you like the idea of just letting them play it out?
I mean, that had no bearing on it. I mean, you're reaching right there. You know, we were up, they were up, I think, 5 or 6 at the time. When X got the tech and took him out of the game, I thought Miller got a great look at a 3 that we ran full court coming up. But from that point on, we had the foul. They missed, I think, one of their free throws, but we had nothing else left, you know, nothing else left after that.
I'm sorry, I meant in regulation. That's my fault.
Well, in regulation, again, you know, when we up 4,
Right.
we throw the ball away out of timeout. That's the biggest possession of the night, I think, because we got nothing out of it. We came down and we fouled. And you up 2 with 15 seconds, you got to get a stop, and we give up a layup. Those are the 2 biggest possessions to me of the night.
Jim? But you mentioned trying to teach these guys to win games like this, at Wisconsin, at Syracuse. What is it that is the difference between winning these games and losing these games?
I mean, we got to get them over the hump, man. I mean, I wish I had the magic pill to get them over the hump right now, because again, we're right there. I came fault effort. You know, they played hard tonight. You know, got back in it and put ourselves in a great position. But again, you know, in winning close games, you got to do everything right, and you can't come out of a timeout up 4 and throw it away. And then you got to be solid. I mean, if they're going to make a shot to tie the ball game, it surely can't be a layup, and that's what happened.
Yeah, obviously you're shorthanded at a point guard position. Your thoughts on Xavier Johnson's decision-making throughout the game and in overtime,
Well,
some of the shots he took?
I thought he played, you know, he played well. I mean, I can't fault Xavier. I mean, you know, he was fighting, you know, pretty much the whole game. I mean, he made some good plays, some bad plays. It's a part of it. But, you know, I'm not sitting here complaining about being shorthanded. I thought we competed well enough to win the game.
Going on being shorthanded, how tough of a cover was Branham with maybe your 2 best defenders, Galloway and Fennessy, not being able to participate
Well,
like they
again,
did
I
last
mean,
year?
it's a part of it. You know, I mean, you know, I thought Miller at one time was playing him well, but hey, he got away. I mean, and he made plays, and you know, we had no answer for him. I mean, I thought early on we played him pretty good, but as the game wore on, I don't know if the fatigue set in or what, but he was the guy that they went to, and we couldn't get the stops that we needed to get.
Tom and Jordan?
Mike, you, for a team that, you know, in the midst of a losing streak, you were down 10, worked their way back in the game, holding Ohio State to 6 points in 9 minutes. I mean, can you talk a little bit about that part of the game, though, at least, and getting back into it?
Well, again, guys, our defense has been solid all year. I mean, it's put us in the position where we could possibly win games. And, you know, again, I'm not putting it on the players. As a coach, I've always put it on myself. I got to learn and help these guys get over the hump. I mean, yeah, I didn't play the last play where we gave up the layup, or I didn't throw the ball away when we were up 4, but I got to mentally somehow get these guys to understand time score situations and being comfortable and making plays down the stretch. So that's how you win basketball games.
Mike,
it's the fifth loss in a row, and you talked just a little bit about it, but the demeanor of the team is, you're going home, you went to play Maryland, but how do you get over the hump and mentally with these guys?
Well, we were four losses coming into the night, George, and this team is not quitting, by any means. I mean, and if you think that, then I think you're watching the wrong game tonight. I mean, these guys came and they competed, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to get them, over the hump. So, I mean, we go back now, we got Maryland, which we played them early on, and we gotta go home and try to get our mojo back. I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, we gotta find a win somewhere, so we're feeling good about ourselves, and we'll, got 2 days to prepare and see where we are from there.
Last question, Adam. Mike, I think Ohio State scored, I gave its first 9 possessions in the second half, and that 11-point lead, and then you mentioned your defense. How were you able to start affecting them, their offense at that point in the game to where they went so long without scoring when they've done it so well?
Well, I thought, I mean, we started making catches tough. They just couldn't get good looks. And, they missed a couple of good looks at the rim, but I just thought our defense was solid to get us back where we were able to take the lead. And I don't know if fatigue set in coming down the stretch, but we couldn't really get the stops I thought we needed to get. And that 15 seconds don't get no bigger than that, man. I mean, I thought we had played the play as well as you can play it. We just got lost on the backside, and I had 2 guys leaving the rim, and one of the guys that was left open was Liddell. And I mean, when I looked at it before I came in, it was just something that shouldn't have happened. But you can blame it on fatigue or just not used to being in this position. But that's the play you got to close out and make the young man make a tough shot over the top, not a double or a layup.
Okay, Coach, thank you.